Hey honey, wish day Midgard. My name is Michelle from Throw Another Letter. Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am going to be reading a very, I guess you would say it is considered an emotional book. You've reached Sam by Dustin Thao, and I am currently only like a few pages in, and we're gonna try to read, edit, upload in 24 hours. So let's do this, because it's 3 o'clock. So we're gonna try to do this in 12 hours. All I know about this is that a lot of people have recorded videos of themselves crying. This was recommended by Life as Monet when I was asking like, oh, what book should I read? Like, which one should I pick? Pray for me. It's a psychological thriller. You probably wouldn't like that. She says, it's a psychological thriller. You're probably not into that. Taylor, politely, fuck you. I don't want him to know what I've listened to yet. What if he doesn't like it? Who gives a fuck if he likes it or not? Taylor isn't my date. We're just friends. Yeah. I already want to just bash Taylor in the face. I didn't get a corsage, so I made one for myself. It's out of the cherry paper blossom that he left for her in the shop. Oh, that's cute. Oh man, this is gonna be fucking sad. I just know. It's gonna be sad, isn't it? It's gonna be sad. No, If I could stay with you, I'd never leave. Oh shit. Oh shit. This is gonna be sad. I just read the prologue. No. So I read this. It is currently finished at like 11:10. Started this at 3 something. I thought that from the emotional inflection that I've seen people go through from this and like seen them cry, I feel like I have read books about grief that were better than this. I'm gonna give this, gosh, I don't even know. I feel like this is a disappointing way to end April. Because when I feel a wave of grief, it is less immense and less powerful than what it was when I first felt it. This would be a good movie. Like if this was a Netflix movie, oh yeah, I would have been on this shit. Like I feel like this would have been much more powerful as a movie, simply because, you know, you can add in the effects or the sound of his voice, the dual POV on his end, and how things look for him versus how things look for her. Yeah, I think that I was fooled by Booktok. Like, I didn't hate it, but I didn't like it. I would still be like, oh, well, if you want to read about different types of grief, then read this. You've Reached Sam is a book about this girl Julie who is a senior in high school, and she lost her boyfriend when he died it's implied that he dies from a car accident. You find out like exactly how he died later on, but while she's grieving, she throws away all his stuff and it gets taken to the landfill and she can't save it. She calls him and he answers, and he's like in the afterlife or whatever, and they have this long period of the beginning of her grieving process all the way to the end when she's ready to move on. She goes through the different stages of grief. I feel as if the relationship between Julie and Sam was already toxic. They're high schoolers, so you do have like that drama, but I feel like she was punishing him for being dead. They would get like, they got so close to having an argument, and then he would be like, oh, just forget about it, like I shouldn't have said anything. And I feel like that was so on both bad on their part, like, oh, I shouldn't have said anything. And then she hangs up on him one other time for something that he said or something like that, and everybody moves on in their own different ways. But it's been a fucking week. Do you really think that you could heal in a week? This definitely spans like a couple months, from her, like, the beginning of her receiving the call to the end when she's graduating. I hated the fact that Dustin Thao put in certain characters only for them to not do anything, only for them to be like almost non-existent. There was definitely some xenophobia. They keep saying, oh, he's dead, and we get it. This is good. This is good for if you're like 15, 16 years old, but for someone like me who's 30 years old, it just didn't hit the same way. There are moments when Julie is grieving that I'm like, I felt that in my soul. I liked the side characters. I didn't like Julie. I did not like Julie at all. There was just something about her and the way that she handled certain things that I'm like, and that's the whole point, you know, like you're not supposed to like her because she's going through this horrendous experience of losing somebody that she loved. But in the end, I feel like Sam loved her more than she loved him. Altogether, how do I feel about this? I have been fooled by Booktok. As someone who has been grieving for the last like 7 years of my life, 6-7 years of my life, I feel as if I have read better books on grief. I did not feel the deepness that I should have, and also there was some of the writing was a little bit clunky. I feel like it could have been either a little bit more descriptive or the dialogue could have been a bit better. I feel like I was just reading a story when I'm feeling something all the time. Instead, what I was feeling was occasional bits of anger and frustration at the main character for the way that she handled certain parts of her grief, but also the way that she treated certain people around her. And I think that's just a reflection of the ways that grief can make you feel. For that, you can't punish someone for being a shitty person when their boyfriend's dead. But also, I understand where the side characters were coming from when they're like, hey, you didn't show up to his funeral. Hey, you didn't show up to his candlelight vigil. Hey, you didn't show up to all of these things. Like, do you even care about him? And that is just part of the intricacies of grief, is that just because you don't show up doesn't mean that you don't care. As for the characters, the cousin, Mika, a badass. Yuki, Jay, and Rachel, amazing. I love the way that Yuki would like just kind of come in and be like a little bit helpful or like say something. She gave her selenite. And then there was also Oliver, who was suffering. He had loved just as much. And also there were a couple characters who loved Sam in the way that Julie loved Sam, like love, you know? And so you see like the pick-me girl that loved him. You see the like Heather, like the song Conan Gray, Heather, like the way that he loved his best friend, and then also the main character. And you see the bits of how each person who had loved him grieves for him in a different way, and in the ways that either they connect or they disconnect completely, or there's like a meltdown. There was one scene where I was like, I'm glad that happened to you because you're a dick. Obviously, I'm going to be a lot better about the books that I choose for them, for sure. So thank you to everyone who I collaborated with. You're all awesome. It was so fun talking with everyone in our little chat, and I'm just really excited. Definitely go watch everybody else's. I am so psyched to go watch everybody else's video because I am just, you know, they're always fun. They're a fun time. So thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you for watching. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're taking care of yourself and staying safe. We just had a blizzard. It is wildly unsafe outside, and so I hope that you still have your jacket and that you are making time for yourself and nourishing yourself and taking care of yourself and being very careful about what Booktok recommends to you. So happy April 1st. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this video if you would like to become a patron. The links are down below. The Kofi's down below. It would be super duper if you could do that. And if you made it all the way, put down like a cherry blossom or like something pink or something blue emoji down below. I would love to see it. And thank you so much for your contributions here. Thank you so much for just listening to me ramble and rant. And that's it for me. I'm gonna go, and I will see y'all later. Bye.
I don't wanna talk about the things we've been through, though it's hurting. Now it's history. I've played all my cards, and that's what you've done too. Nothing more to say.
Can Chris Evans drive? What is going on with me and driving? Yes, I can drive very well.
I'm trying to get a bunch of bitches to kneel.
Jonathan? As if I don't like it. I don't like it.
Cut the check. Cut the check.
Get that bitch off the monitor.
Where's my husband?
Baby spider, do 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 do, baby spider. Squirrels are scary, man. He's a kid now, though. Best of friends. Best of friends.
Maybe.